Winter's Spring is a body of work, and it's an installation piece. The ideas of bringing things back to life and this idea of emerging and spring. I experienced the massive loss of the death of my father in 1997, and I came out of that, eventually starting into my art making. I think it was like a 10 to 12 years of deep grief, and a lot of my work didn't have any color. And then as the times have changed and shifted, it's like color kind of started to poke at me, like, what about me? One of the pieces, Hutch, is like a square of rabbits. But that was kind of the impetus to make the tulips, because that piece, I had a solo exhibit, and I thought I would really like to kind of work off of that piece rather than create a whole new body of work. So then a lot of these other pieces started to come to life. One of my students was a man who started art making when he was maybe in his late 70s, and he was cognitively impaired, and he was a guy who only really liked to draw tulips. You just saw him grow and blossom. You know, he eventually went on hospice and he passed away. I had a class and I had brought a dozen of tulips, and I thought, well, we'll all draw those in class together. And that day, it was in April, and it was snowing, and I put the tulips on the ground and took a picture of the bouquet, and I thought, this idea that often like the life that is hiding in people is just buried just a tiny bit below the surface. I had felt that my work had become all stick and no carrot. And so I started thinking, I need to make some things that are carrots. I need to make things that are fun. Hence, I started making actual carrots. Like this is called a secret carrot. And I started folding these folded carrots called rootlets, and started making things that were just these juicy little pieces that made me kind of happy. And I realized, this body of work is a garden, and it grows. So each place that I've brought has brought a new piece. So now the shape of silver are these cloud mobiles. When Creative Imperatives kind of approached me about, would you want to maybe do a project with our students? And I thought this is a chance to really kind of add a whole nother dimension to this body of work. And the way that it's laid out here is amazing to me. It feels that I'm in a vista. I've been able to kind of enjoy the work because I've been able to gently add and bring in pieces and see the garden grow and walk through the garden that I've been tending.